That kind of
I
like
mean,
companionship.
yeah, I call it the missing link. You have like Kobe had it, Diana Taurasi has it, Lauren Jackson has it. It's like when the lights go on and it starts to be.
Kind of random one for me. What stands out to you or impresses you most about Asia's work ethic, what she applies to the way she practices?
Well, I think you said the word apply. Like people can do stuff and then they can't go out and apply it or have carryover. They can rep it 1,000 times, but then when it comes in the moment, they can't always apply what they've worked on or what they've done. And she does. Really anything I've asked her to do, whether that's adding the three. This last year it was adding her and getting her more in space to where it's, she can bring the ball in transition, make plays for us off the bounce. She goes and works on it, and then she goes and does it live against the best competition in the world.
We talked this morning in her mental approach, like she just we threw out the word psychotic, but not in a negative way, but
right.
This like intense mental approach she has. When you're talking about a player as good as her, does it take a little bit of that? That kind of
I call it the missing link. You have like Kobe had it, Diana Taurasi has it, Lauren Jackson has it. It's like when the lights go on and it starts to be competitive, all that matters is winning. And I think we got a couple players that are wired like that. She just happens to be a 6'4" cat that can jump out of the gym. I was watching film the other day. She blocked this girl's shot, a big, she's probably 6'3", and the other girl was in the air and Asia's feet were still on the ground. And it's like, she bounces that quick. And her second bounce might be quicker than her first bounce. So she's just, every year her body, it's just like she brings something back every time. She's in phenomenal shape, takes great care of her body, and then really puts in the work. And I think she has purposeful work. A lot of people think, oh, I'm just going to get shot. It's not very purposeful. Yeah, you're shooting and it's kind of aimless though. I think she's very intentional when she works out and purposeful when she works out. So she goes in and she has a plan. I'm going to work on these things. And she does.
Just a follow-up on that, and this is probably something you've spoken to already, but how that intentionality and that work ethic kind of spreads to the rest of the team. What are some tangible ways that you've seen that kind of carry over? Or
I think when you have a leader that plays that hard, I don't think it leaves much room for anybody else to not compete and give your absolute best night in and night out when you have a player of her caliber that is super coachable, is super giving to her teammates, is all about winning. It just sets such a great tone for everybody else. She's somebody that just elevates. That's her leadership style. She elevates everybody around her, which is really the mark of a true leader, is you get the best out of everyone. And, at the end of the day, you can pull all you want. I think it's on the onus is on a lot of other people to step up and be sharp, be your best version of you every night. And I think what's carried over in these last few games for us is our try hard factor on the defensive end. We're trying hard every time, and that makes a difference.
You mentioned if she gets the opportunity, what's the soonest do you feel comfortable with her playing today? Let's say if you had the space.
She's been here 2 minutes. She knows no play calls, nothing.
I've seen it done, so I had to ask. So no, you wouldn't feel comfortable playing in a game like today.
If we're getting hammered on the boards or something or whatever, listen, at the end of the day, there's 12 people. Not everybody plays. This is not YMCA ball. You still have to come in and stay ready, and not everybody gets a turn. And, it is what it is. Now, if there's a need and I see her, work her way into earning some minutes, then yeah. But right now, if I put her in there, she'd just be a crash dummy probably, which might not be bad in some situations. Like, just go in there and just hit some bodies. Because they got some big bodies over there that are tough to handle. So it's really just kind of an insurance sign in case, I won't even say it, but we just thought we were thin on bigs.
The last time here in Vegas that Chicago was here, they were able to get a win. Do you refer to that kind of motivation for today?
I mean, they beat us, then they almost beat us. If we don't have enough respect for this team by now, there's nothing I can say to help you. Kennedy Carter's given us the business. She's averaged almost 30 points against us. So wake up. So you got to play some defense and you got to block out. This team plays hard and they play defense and they play together. So I don't know if we've proven anything this year, it's that anybody can beat anybody on any given night. So you better come to play. I don't care where your standings are, what your situation is. If anything, this team is extremely dangerous because they're in dire need of a win. So they're going to be playing with a sense of urgency, probably like we haven't seen.
With the length of Camila Cardoso, they've been intentional of getting the ball inside to her. What do you do to try to slow that down?
Not let her touch it. That as much as you possibly can, don't let her touch it. And certainly don't let her get deep touches. There's not much we can do if she gets deep position. And, there's a lot of things that go into that. But it's footwork in the post tonight. You don't want to wrestle up top with these bigs. You need to beat them down low with your feet. That's where your advantage is. Asia does about just as good a job as anybody getting around. She's gotten really masterful at, not letting that offensive player get the contact they want. I tell them all the time, if you as an offensive player want contact, it would therefore mean as a defensive player, you don't give them contact. So getting around using your feet and not your upper body, McCowan always gives us a lesson in that. Don't try to beat her up top. You gotta use your feet and get around. Don't tangle with her. She wins every time on that. So we win with our feet. That's where our quickness and advantage is.